Hello people, in this video we'll see few logical functions. Here I have customer data and their total sales value. I want to update grade A if the total sales value is more than 1500. If the sales value is less than 1500, then the grade should be B. Next, we have shopping frequency along with the total sales value. If the shopping frequency is more than 10 and the sales value is more than 1500, then only the grade should be A, else grade should be B. We will solve all this using logical function if. This is the syntax of if function. This function has three arguments. First argument is logical text. This is the conditional statement of our problem. Next, we have two arguments. These are output arguments. The values placed in these arguments will display in output. If the condition is true, then this function will give the result placed in this second argument. If the condition is not satisfied, then the value placed in this third argument will display in result. Here you can see one example. If the value is greater than 1500, then A grade else B grade. Here the condition is value should be greater than 1500. Remember, if you want to use any text in function arguments, then it should be within the double quotes. Here A grade and B grade are text formats. So I am keeping these in double quotes. If numbers, then you can place directly without double quotes. We will see this in Excel. Let's go to Excel. Here I have sales data. I want to populate the grades based on sales value for each customer. For this, we will use if function. I want to be ranked as A grade for whose sales are greater than 1500. If sales value is not greater than 1500, then the grade should be B. Type if start round race. Here you can see the argument description. Our logical text is if the sales value is greater than 1500. First, select the sales value. Enter greater than symbol, then enter 1500. If this is true, then the result should be grade A. So in double quotes, type A grade in second argument. If the condition is not true, the grade should be B. So type B grade in third argument. Close the round brace. Press enter. See, here we got grade B because in first row the sales value is less than 1500. Drag this formula to all the rows. Here you can see we got few grade A's where the value is more than 1500. Like this, we can apply simple if function. We have seen how to use one logical text. Now we will see how to club multiple logical text and use in if function. We can club multiple logical text using functions and or. This is the syntax. You have to pass all the arguments separated by comma symbol. The function and will see whether all the logical text are satisfied. The function or will see whether any one logical text is satisfied. We'll see this with examples. Here I have sales value and the number of visits for each customer. I want to populate the grades based on sales value and frequency for each customer. If only sales value is more than 1500, then customers won't get A grade. Along with sales value, the number of visits should be more than 10. So we will club these two conditions using and use it in if function. Type if start round race. Here we have to pass logical text as our first argument. But I have two logical texts. So I will club both the arguments. Type and start round brace. First enter one logical text. Separate with comma. Enter second logical text. Here our first condition is sales value should be greater than 1500. Second condition is number of visits should be greater than 10. So sales value greater than symbol 1500. First logic is done. Separate this with comma symbol. Now second logical text. Number of visits greater than 10. We have given two conditions in AND formula. Now close the round brace. Our AND function got closed. We have entered the logical text in our if function. Now we will fill remaining two arguments. If these two conditions are satisfied, then the result should be A grade, else the result should be B grade. Close the round brace. Press enter. Drag the formula to all the rows. Here you can see our sales value is more than 1500, but we are getting B grade because the number of visits are below 10. Here you can see the sales value is more than 1500 and the number of visits also more than 10. So we are getting a A grade. Now we will see how to club multiple conditions using function R. If the sales value is more than 1500 or number of visits are more than 10, then customer should get A grade. Here any one condition is enough to get A grade. So we'll club these two conditions using R and use it in if function. Type if start round brace. Here we have to pass logical text as our first argument, but I have two logical text. So I will club both the arguments. Type R, start round brace, first enter one logical text, separate with comma. Enter second logical text. Here our first condition is sales value should be greater than 1500. Second condition is number of visits should be greater than 10. So sales value greater than symbol 1500. First logic is done. Separate with comma symbol. Now second logical text. Number of visits greater than 10. We have given two conditions in our formula. Now close the round brace. Our end function got closed. We have entered the logical text in our if function. Now we will fill remaining two arguments. If any of these two conditions are satisfied, then the result should be A grade. Else the result should be B grade. Close round brace. Press enter. Drag the formula to all the rows. Here you can see our sales value is less than 1500, but we are getting grade A because the number of visits are more than 10. We have one more function called NOT. To reverse our logical text, we can use this. Here we have given logical text as value greater than 1500. We are getting A grade. If the value is greater than 1500, if I place NOT function for my logical text, I will get result as B grade. So we are just reversing the condition. We'll see errors in functions. When we apply any function, there is a chance of getting error due to multiple reasons. We have few errors in different functions. There are list of errors. We'll get these errors in different functions. We'll see few examples. Suppose here I have if function. I want to get A grade if the value is more than 1500, else B grade. Suppose if I forget to put these double quotes, I will get error like this. Next, if the mathematical operation is not valid, then I will get error. If you try to divide any value with 0, then you will get this error. If you want to add text and number, you will get error like this. If it is one or two cells, you can identify easily. Suppose we have multiple errors in multiple rows. Then it will be difficult. So to make it easier, we'll replace these errors with some value. If any error while executing any function, then instead of this error, we'll get a specific value. For this, we have a function called IFERROR. This is a syntax of IFERROR. It has two arguments. We have to give the function in first argument, then fixed value in second argument. If the function returns, then it will give this fixed value as a result. Here we are getting as we are trying to add the number and text. We will apply IFERROR to this. Type IFERROR, start round brace, enter function, comma, enter the fixed value. I am entering as error. If this function has error, then we will get text as error. Like this, you can have a fixed value instead of error. So far, we have seen logical functions like if is to get result based on the condition, if error is to get fixed value if any function returning error, and is to combine multiple logical text, all the logical text should return true. R is to combine multiple logical text, any one logical text should return true. Not is to see whether the logical text is false. That's all about this video. We'll see further concepts in our next videos. Any suggestions, please comment below.